engineered cat slayer starts to get built. In the second episode, it literally starts happening very quickly because the verbal technology is like on point. So now that we've introduced the idea that they need the technology, like nothing in the bag was comparatively what they would need to fight the army of Mumbra. It was enough to start a city, but or at least the new cat slayer where everyone could come, but it's certainly not enough to fight Mumbra. And so Panthro decides, like, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm the only one who knows the way in. And Lionel's like, no, I'm going with and Panthro's like, bro, these people need you. You just kind of started this thing. If you leave, if anything happened to you, we would literally fall apart. So please stay here. And Lionel's like, no, you can't stop me. I'm coming. I'm much stronger now. I'm tough. Dude, I've got this. And Panthro knocks him out. Bam. And he puts him down pretty hard. And Lionel gives up they fight. And he puts him down anyways, and Panthro's just like, kid, I'm not coming back from this one, and so he's like, but I gotta find out, I gotta try, So as he sneaks out, what he quickly realizes is that Verbal Bill and his buddies, they're all following him, and he's just like, oh Jesus, I can't get rid of you guys now. You don't understand this. We can't. You're not going to live. This is going to be horrible. And the Verbals are just like, you're my friend, Panthro, and they're all happy. They're like the seven dwarves, they're all behind him, all kind of funny and goofy. And he's just like, all right, but you signed your own death warrants, fine. So Panthro goes back, and we see through a series of flashbacks, in the 3-act structure, like what happened to Panthro when he was thrown down into the cracks of the Onyx Pyramid, when him and Groom first discovered Mumbra, and Panthro ends up breaking his leg. And so Panthro's like, oh man, while he's crawling around trying to wait for his leg to mend, he's gonna have his beard all grown out, like he's been crawling in the air ducts. And kind of hiding because there's all kinds of stuff lurking in Mumbra's pyramid. Creatures over the centuries, things have come in, bugs and monsters and stuff, and not to mention all of the weird experiments and things that Mumbra has been doing on his ship. So Panthro is literally eating bugs in the ducts of the pyramid, just trying to survive while his leg healed. And then he saw, the horrors he saw inside have given him, kind of this hardness, and as he's remembering that, the challenges of his escape, and he's kind of going in reverse. So we're using the kind of chapters of how he got through, and the 3 little bits, the areas that he went through in the pyramid to get back to find the secret entrance. So of course him and the Burbles, they end up finding it, and they save him, inside. So of course he needs his Burble buddy's help while this is going on. And he got jacked up, and now he's going back for where he spent months and months, waiting for his body to mend. Yeah, I like the idea that he was gone for like 5 years, and they had no idea what happened to Panthro and Groot. I mean, they could have gone when they were super young. They could have been gone 10 years. So him and Groot have been out there. We've had to really rely on each other. We use the flashback kind of, like showing the time pass in the first time. What was that? The second episode when when Mumbra came into Thundera, destroyed it. We gave some of those reveals. Or when Panthro came on. Sorry, that was episode 4. When Panthro came back. So episode 5 is where we did the reveals. Gosh, man, it's been a while, guys. I apologize. Yeah, it would have been would have been cool. Would have worked out. We never went over the specifics yet. We were talking through the which ducks and what layers he kind of got down into, but we just had it kind of pinned in on that one. I can't remember the specifics of how he walked through. We had broken down some of the traps, or the gates, if you will, for them to go through. But at the end of the day, they finally find the thunder tanks, and there's an entire bay of them, just tons of thunder tanks, enough for if you remember episode 7, you remember how there was just tons of thunder tanks and they just took over the alien race to get the War Stone. It would clearly be like as many thunder tanks as you would need. So they're like, oh my god, we could win this war with this, we just got to get out of here. And so he's just like, the problem is I can only drive one tank. And so the Burbles look at each other and they're like, we can remote control them. So the Burbles basically put these controllers on the thunder tanks, hordes of them, and they open it up. And at that point, Mumm-Ra is aware that they're trying to steal the thunder tank. So he's like, "Oh hell no! Power up the Storm Charger!" So the Burbles each control a grip of thunder tanks, and they've kind of like remoted as they're driving one. They're kind of remoting some of the other tanks and stuff, and they're all just hauling butt out of this pyramid. And as they're driving across the desert, Panthro and he's like, "Boys, we got this. We're doing it. Mumm-Ra will never get us down." He's like super stoked, and all the Burbles are like, "Yeah." Thanks. Mumm-Ra busts out with the Storm Charger, and he starts summoning this massive storm. Literally, the eyes of the pyramid shoot up into the sky, and it forms this massive electrical storm. And arcs of lightning just start hitting those metal thunder tanks and exploding them. They're blown up everywhere. And so they're like, oh my god, let's just get out of here as fast as we can. And the Burbles are starting to, really lose some of the tanks that they were remoting, and even one or two of the lesser known ones get blown up. And, Panther's like, oh hell no, I can't let him do this, not to my friends, And so, oh man, there was a theme too that Panthro was telling Lion-O, like, you're not strong enough, you're not a warrior. This is a fight for a warrior. And that's what he was telling the Burbles too. He was just like, no, this is for warriors. You guys are like at best mechanics, right? Like, he kind of diminished them. So now here they are in the fight, and they're really these kind of warriors. They're doing their best, And so Panthro was like, nope, I gotta do this. You guys get out of here. I told you it was gonna be a suicide mission. Go home now. Take as many tanks as you can. I'll stop Mumm-Ra. And just as he's like manning the controls to like get the tank to go in full battle mode, it starts going, and he's like, what the hell? And his seatbelt tightens and sucks him into the seat, and that his hands go off the controls, and because it starts shaking loose. He's like, what the hell? And it goes autopilot, and the roof closes and everything. And Burble Bill just goes, no, buddy, you go home. I'm a warrior. And he sends them home. And Panther's like, no! And Burble Bill goes after Mumm-Ra. He turns his thunder tank around, and he just unleashes hell on that Storm Charger. And it takes some damage, but in the end, Mumm-Ra blasts it apart and kills Burble Bill. Meanwhile, Panthro, when Lion-O comes to, he's like back at the cat's lair, and he's pissed off, and he's trying to get ready to go on this mission. And you see all these thunder tanks pull up, and then finally you see the last thunder tank pull up, and it's Panthro's, and the roof finally retracts, and you just see Panthro in there, lost, and when Lionel asks him what happens. He ends up telling him, he's just like, we lost a true warrior. Purple Bill.